good afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. This is Life with Sharon, and this is going to be a follow-up video from the SSDI hearing that I posted on the 4th or 5th of December of 2025. So I want to explain kind of the results of that hearing and what it looks like for me moving forward. And I'm hoping that this will help somebody who is also going through the process to kind of have an idea of what could happen and what to do after it happens or whatever. If it's kind of similar to what happened with my case. Now, granted, every state is going to be a little bit different and every case is going to be a little bit different, and every attorney's office is going to be a little bit different. I feel very blessed that I had IDART law group in Oregon down in Central Point to take on my case. And I highly recommend that if you're going to apply for SSI or SSDI, that the initial process, just go ahead and get an attorney in the beginning. I didn't do that. I got a claim, and then on my own I filed it, and then when I got denied, that's when I got an attorney. And then of course the reconsideration got denied, and we took it to the hearing level. So that's just kind of like a little side note. Anyways, my attorney called me yesterday on the 16th of December. And so it was 12 days post hearing date that there was an answer. I didn't have it in the mail or anything yet because it literally had just went into the system, and the attorneys are the ones that have early access to that. So he had called and told me that, and we had discussed this right after the hearing was over, that there would be, three possibilities. There's like the denial, and then there's two types of approval. So you get full on 100% approved, back pay, etc., etc. And then there is the age grid, and that is considered a partial approval. And that's exactly what happened to me. We kind of figured that was going to happen. And so what a partial approval means based on age grid is that they stated that my disability started and was approved as of December 4th, 2025. And the age grid part is that I'm 49, and next month I will turn 50 on January 10th, 2026. So I am approved based on the age grid, and so there's a hold. So I have to wait an additional 5 months post birthday and then get paid the following month. So my birthday is January 10th, 1976. 5 months from that would be June 10th, 2026. So I will get my first SSDI payment in July, probably around the 10th, because I think that's where I fall. I'll have to get clarification on that. I know they changed the payment dates for everybody. So my first payment's going to be not until July of 2026. In the meantime, he told me, and this is where it's really helpful to have an attorney, because, you may not know this without one, to contact Social Security Administration. And he gave me specific instructions to give to the lady, and she knew exactly what I was talking about, because I didn't know exactly what I was talking about, but she did. And basically you apply for temporary SSI benefits while you're waiting for your SSDI to kick in. Now that is much, much lower, and there is no particular number they can give me. The max amount is $947, but she said I will not get $947. I will get much lower than that, $300 to $400 a month, because my son is paying for some of my core bills, and another friend of mine is, letting me stay here basically for free. And so all of that gets calculated into these equations for SSI, which is a super complicated little system, and I don't really understand SSI too much. I'm not familiar with the program. I wasn't on SSI ever. So anyways, I guess a little bit is better than no bit, right? So I called, I did that, and the lady is supposed to call me back, and make sure you're calling your local Social Security Administration office when you're doing this part, if you have a partial approval. Don't call the national Social Security number. Call your closest Social Security office to you, where you live in your state. And I was told also that it could take, a couple of weeks to get an appointment. So everything is through the phone. You have to get a phone appointment. And I don't know, the lady's supposed to call me like next week. So we're already like 3 weeks out from even being able to apply. So I don't know how long it's going to be before I actually qualify for any little bit of financial assistance. So that's why I wanted to make this video, because it's not just like a slam dunk. And from my understanding, even with SSDI, if I would have gotten approved, like a full medical clearance approval before I would turn 50, it still would have taken like another 45 to 60 days to receive payment. Now, with that said, if you get a full-fledged approval, not age grid, then you're going to get all your back pay. So I lost out on all my back pay as well. And that really, really kind of sucks. So that's basically what happened to me. Is the judge decided to age grid me. And so no back pay for my SSDI when it starts. SSDI won't start until July 2026. And I have to apply for SSI, the temporary SSI. You still have to fall under the rules of SSI. So I used all of my savings up the whole time I was unemployed through like July, August and of this year. But in order to qualify, from my understanding, is you basically have to have no savings, no retirement, no nothing, zero income for the most part to qualify for the SSI. So I don't even know how that's going to work for me. But that's something to consider if you are on SSDI and you get a partial claim and they're like, hey, you can apply for a temporary SSI for those 5 months of holding period, although it might still take a month or two to get the SSI. But just know that you could get denied if you are over what they consider your resources. That's allowable for SSI rules. I don't know. It's very strange. So here is kind of like, here's a little weird, like, fact that happened for me. This whole thing has been nothing but like an uphill battle since I applied in September of 2024, right? So what happened was I missed, because I had worked my ass off for those 5 years, I missed the time clock to be reinstated on SSDI by 1 month. 1 month. I was 1 month shy. And I'm going to tell everybody right now, if you feel like your body is just breaking down month by month, just rapidly, and your body's trying to tell you no more, stop, then that's what you need to do. Because if I would have done that, I fell apart, started really falling apart rapidly in the fall, late summer, early fall of 2023. I think it was August of 2023. Ended up on Oregon paid leave for the whole rest of from October through the beginning of 2024. Excuse me. And my body still was just not ready to go back to work, but I forced myself to do that. I, during leave, was going to recheck into like getting back on disability or whatever. And I decided not to do that because I didn't want my whole world to flip upside down and explode and then implode. And so I just kept pushing myself. And then guess what? That following September, which was last year, September of 2024, I finally caved and was like, okay, I need to file for SSDI. Like, I need to get the reinstatement back. And when I went to go do that, they told me I missed it by 1 month. 1 month. If I would have went in there 1 month prior, then they would have been able to reinstate me. I wouldn't have had to do a whole brand new claim. None of this shit that I've been going through. I would have just been reinstated. So the 1 month thing, right? It's kind of like 1 month just happened to me again. So like if my court date would have been 1 month from now in January, 1 month, missed it by a month, then I would have been in my 50th birthday month, and I would have gotten all of the back pay. But I missed it by a month. So that's kind of frustrating, right? So all of this has just been stressful. It's been stressful. It's been like a full-time job trying to juggle, doctors and paperwork and appointments and just your own medical health, trying to keep it at base level, from one flare to another. It's constantly a stressful situation no matter what happens. It's just extremely stressful. But I mean, I do have a couple major blessings I want to end the video with, which is thank God for David and Eric, because if I didn't have them in my back corner rooting for me and helping me, I would be in my car and I would be starving, and I wouldn't even be able to legally be in my car because I wouldn't have insurance on my car. So, I wouldn't have this phone. So I am very, very grateful, and I want people to know that sometimes people are in a situation where they don't have that option. Like, I got super, super lucky, super lucky. I mean, it's not been, all daisies and sunflowers and sunshine, but I've not been homeless through this, and I have not gone without what my basic needs have absolutely been provided for. And I'm so grateful for that, because if I would have been in any other situation, I wouldn't have been able to go this long to get to an approval in the first place, and then to be able to continue on. It does delay me being able to move into my own place for another 6 months at least. I mean, I'm still going to have to figure that out. And, being able to get reliable transportation, it delays that. But I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for how everything went. So my attorney was Brian Goode, Goode, Goode. I'm not sure if it's good or Goody, but it's Brian Goode at Idehart Law Group in Central Point, Oregon. So if you live in Oregon, definitely check him out. And he's really, really good with what he does. All right. Be blessed, y'all, and good luck.